It is the RIOT podcast. Today is Friday, October 27th. Good episode today. And I'll tell you, today's a good day to also subscribe to the RadioU Interviews podcast. Not only is our interview with Glasslands in there, but also JR from RadioU, his interview with comedian Nate Bargatze. So you've got this podcast. Add another one to your feed. Why don't you?
And the reason this Nate Bargatze interview is being brought up, he's hosting Saturday Night Live tomorrow.
So which will be better, his appearance on Saturday Night Live or his interview with JR? Tough to say.
We'll find out.
Today in the show, we talk about how Russell Wilson and Ciara celebrated Ciara's birthday. It's not how you would expect, unless you're probably a very huge Ciara fan. We also find out how you can get free pizza from Domino's if you are in a certain situation.
Also, some of the top comments about your appearance that you just never forgot. You never gave up, whether good nor bad. If someone said it about you, you were upset or very happy, but it's something that will last with you forever. We also talked about top dates that men would say no to.
And we agree on the one that we would never do. Find out what it is. Enjoy the podcast, and we'll catch you next time.
See you guys.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Tell me this. Do you think this is offensive or just smart? In China, there are certain, what would, I guess, amount to like state parks where like they're in mountainous regions. And so on the side of the mountain so that you can get up to the top, they've built giant escalators. So you can literally, instead of like hiking, you just hop on the escalator and slowly and surely zip to the top without really any effort on your end.
Oh, this is genius.
You love it, isn't it? It's smart, right?
I think it's a great idea because it caters to everyone.
Yep, it makes it possible. There's some people that, maybe physical limitation, you get older or something.
Yeah, like your grandparents, they want to go and check it out. The trek up the mountain isn't going to be as capable for them.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day they'd be able to do it, but not now.
Yeah.
But and so they can take the escalator.
They shouldn't be, just because they're on in years or they're wheelchair bound or whatever it might be, doesn't mean that they shouldn't be able to take in the sights, be able to see some of the spectacular views from the top. I like it. And for people that maybe you're just lazy too. Maybe you want why does a good view necessitate, is that a word?
Could be.
Why does it require you going on a long hike and getting exercise? It can include that, but it doesn't need to. Not with the advances in technology that we've made. I'll say, looking at the picture though, it's kind of like, depending on which one, because I guess they have multiple. Some of them are kind of an eyesore. It does kind of hurt the landscape a little bit. But if you can do it in a way that like doesn't look stupid, I think it's real cool.
You know what would be smarter?
What's that?
Instead of having this escalator here, they should have those little roller coasters like they have in Gatlinburg.
Oh yeah,
that would look way cooler than these escalators.
How you get to the top?
Yeah, that's how you get to the top, and then if you'd like to go back down, you just take it back down.
Like a train?
It shoots you up. Yeah.
I know.
But it's a ride, though.
This is me being naive, but I feel that the escalator, they would just let you go on it for free to get to the top. Where if it's a train or like a gondola or something, they're charging
that would cost
you.
Money.
There's no way you're right. That for free.
The escalator ride seems like it should cost no money. Wow, that's a great view, though.
It should cost no money, but it probably does, right?
No.
You don't think it costs money?
Maybe it does because they had to put it in.
Yeah, right?
It should be like $1.
Yeah, it's got to be cheap. How do you think the animals react to that?
The escalator, they probably love it.
You think the deer and the
imagine them just standing on it.
Yeah,
them riding up. They're like, I want to ride this too. I need to get to the top.
But I'd be concerned because like sometimes, right, you can get like my parents always worried, like if you just stand on the escalator, your shoelaces will get caught. Who knows what will happen? What if that happened to like a bunny or something?
Oh.
That's the only concern.
Or you're like taking the escalator up and you're like halfway up the mountain. You're going really, because this escalator is humongous. And then you just see a bear coming down the other side.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do.
Yeah, you can't just hop off mid-escalator, right?
No.
That's also
Not this escalator.
You've got to make up your mind, and whatever threats may come or however long it takes, like you get your bathroom break out before you go, you just got to, you're in for the ride.
Yeah, you are.
I like that they're solutions-oriented. I like it.
Add a little Riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Zach Wilson, backup quarterback for the New York Jets to the injured Aaron Rodgers, of course. He's been obviously playing for most of this season. He's been facing some criticism from at least a few individuals in the New York City media, because this week was the bye week for the New York Jets. Zach Wilson, on the bye week, went apple picking. This is one of the activities. He went apple picking with his girlfriend, Nicolette Delano. And he's being criticized for this by at least one talk show host who's saying, Zach Wilson should be focused on the game, even on the bye week. He should be steadying up, watching tape, film, whatever, and not out apple picking with his girlfriend. First of all, do you buy that?
He should be staying home?
Yeah, he should be like grinding instead of. I mean, you get 2 entire weeks from Sunday to Sunday.
He can't go out with his girlfriend and have a nice little time?
Yeah, apple picking. But then I also thought, I think part of it too, right, is that's not a very masculine date. And I was thinking there's been a lot of talk of what women would refuse to do on a first date, places they would refuse to go as of late. What about us as guys? Aren't there some, I mean, usually we pick, but is there a place where a gal will be like, hey, why don't we do this? And you would say, absolutely not.
This happened to me recently. I actually denied a date. You want to know where they tried to get me to go?
Yeah, I do.
They tried to get me to go to a haunted house. And I was too afraid. I couldn't go. I'm not a haunted house guy.
Believe it or not. Likewise.
I don't
this
do
also happened to me with my wife. She's like, let's go to a haunted house. I said, no, I will not do that with you.
I don't do haunted houses.
I said, it's going to be weird for you to go through a haunted house by yourself, huh?
It's going to be awful awkward.
Yeah.
When I'm standing outside.
Uh-huh.
And they sent me videos too, because they went as like a group. Because it was like a group date.
Yeah.
I was the only guy that didn't go.
Ooh. You feel good about that?
I feel strong in my case. I said I'm not a big haunted house guy. It's not really my thing. There's a lot of things that are my thing. That ain't my thing.
It's crazy that there's so many other places that, I mean, women for the past 2 weeks have been saying, not all women in general, but like the conversation has been, I would never go to Cheesecake Factory on a date. And you're not really getting judged too much, even though it's not expensive restaurant, but it's a decent restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't like Cheesecake Factory. It's a decent restaurant. But for us to say, no, I don't want to go to a haunted house, we get looked down upon.
Call me Big Baby. I got trashed for that.
Yeah.
I got in a lot of trouble for that.
I don't want to
What,
be
are you
judged.
afraid? You know what I am?
Yeah.
What if I am? I'm 25 years old. Maybe I'm a little scared. Maybe I am a little afraid of the haunted house. I don't want to pay to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
It's not enjoyable.
I'm sure there's other places. That's the most recent one for me.
Yeah, I can't think. I mean, there's a lot of other places I wouldn't be excited about, but that's right. A haunted house may be the only place that I can think of off the top of my head that I would explicitly say no to.
Yeah, I can't think of a lot of others. I'm down with doing most things. Haunted houses, not so much.
Yeah. That's the answer.
But I would go apple picking.
Yeah, I mean, have you been?
I have been.
It's not a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's not like a crazy fun date. I mean, you can get good photos there. I think that's more about.
You get cider at the end.
Yeah, it's more of the pictures and whatnot.
That's what I'm
the
into.
aesthetics.
But hopefully the apple picking doesn't hurt Zach Wilson because they got a big game coming up.
Nobody does it better. The Riot Radio U.
Here's a question, Isaiah. What is a comment somebody's made about your appearance that you've never forgotten after all these years? Sometimes that stuff sticks with you. Probably more the negative than the positive, right?
It can go either way. Depends on the situation, I think.
But we can do negative or positive. We can open this up to the Riot hotline.
877-2-RADIO-U.
Comments that people have made about your appearance that you've never forgotten. The first one for me, and this is more recent, is when I was at the mechanic and like the guy that works the desk came out and said to me, he was talking about my car, and he's like, hey, me and all the guys were just talking about how you look just like Kevin Smith. That's the recent one.
And to you, where does that stand for you? Was that like a yes? Or was that like
definitely not? It definitely wasn't a yes. Humbling. Actually, you know what? And I think at that time, somebody else had also commented on that. So I was really in my Kevin Smith era at that time. Since then, changed my hair. I've changed a few things.
You guys have a similar beard.
I guess we do. I think I've moved out of that a little bit. I hope. Nothing against, not a knock on Kevin Smith, but not exactly. It doesn't feel like a compliment. That was one that hit me recently. Also, this is going back, and this is very oddly specific, but I was told that I have good veins.
Really?
In my arms, yeah.
Who's saying that to you?
A phlebotomist dream, I was told. And maybe because that's such a strange expression, that's why I've never forgotten that.
Who told you that? Your mother?
It was an ex-girlfriend.
Really?
Who was a nurse.
Oh. I could poke you if I really wanted to.
Yeah, that's right. You'd be an easy stick. 8772-RADIO-U. Comments people have made about your appearance.
I've got a good
that
one.
You've never forgotten. We'll find out what Isaiah's is next, and anyone else chiming in at 8772-RADIO-U.
The stories you love with the opinions you hate. The Riot Radio U.
We're talking comments about your appearance that you've never forgotten. 8772-RADIO-U. If you've got any, here's one, Isaiah. Katie says, I was on a first date with a guy. He stared deeply into my eyes and says, green eyes. I prefer blue.
That's maniacal, Hudson. That's maniacal. That is maniacal. I wouldn't have laughed at that. I feel like that probably is wrong. Green eyes versus blue is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't really have a preference of eye color. What an interesting thought by that man.
If you're gonna do that with the sound effects, nobody can trust anything I say anymore.
I know, you like that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it against you. I have one here from Emily.
Okay.
She says, I had a man tell me you're pretty in kind of a Disney villain way. Is that bad or good?
That's difficult to assess.
But I wouldn't forget that either.
No, that's very memorable.
My dad.
Now I'm trying to evaluate the attractiveness level of Disney villains.
Not usually ever
see
very
if that's
good.
a compliment or not.
Not usually very good. How about this one? Caitlin says, you have such beautiful skin. It's perfect. Such a shame about your face, though.
Ooh. You know, what's funny?
That's a good joke, though.
Yeah, that is funny.
That could hit, you know? Like, if I said that to you, that could be funny.
Yeah, I guess so.
In a joking manner.
Yeah, but it could be funny, but also could hurt. See, I was thinking, I know the people, there's two things about me when I was, like, younger and I guess one is still kind of true, is that I had bad skin, like, just acne, just crazy acne. And people commented on that a lot, but I can't remember any specific, like, somebody calling me pizza face or whatever.
The other homeschoolers bullying you?
Yeah.
That would make you feel pretty bad.
The kids at youth group. But I wore glasses that were really thick for a long time. Yet again.
Thick glasses?
Yeah. I know people commented on it, but I don't remember any specific. But I do remember this. That one gal, when I was very young, said, "What are you, Chinese or something?" About my appearance. And that was a strange one. Yes, because it was so
odd.
confusing.
I don't see it. You know, I was
maybe when I was like 7, though.
Maybe when you were little.
I know where I was when this girl said this.
And that's not even an offensive comment. It's just a confusing one.
No, it is confusing because I don't think I look Chinese now or then.
I once in would have been like around 4th grade, one comment that stuck with me, I was called Bubble Boy for a while.
Why?
And it wasn't because I was like thick or anything.
Were you actually in a bubble?
No, I just couldn't catch the ball at recess.
Mm.
And I've never lost that. I'll never forget that.
You still can't catch?
No, I can catch.
Oh,
I can catch. I can catch then.
I kind of like
I don't know
Bubble
why
Boy.
they said that to me.
Would that hurt you if
it like bounced off me. And somebody at recess, it was like a one-day thing. It was like a one-off. They called me Bubble Boy for a while.
Uh-huh.
Didn't like that.
This is a dangerous game we're playing because we are exposing a lot of things that could be used against us here in the future.
I recently had someone say, this is how I'd imagine an angel walking towards me as well.
Someone said that to you?
No. That's a good line, though.
That would be a good line. 8772 Radio U. Things that have been said about your appearance that you never forget. How about Eugene? He says a girl said to him, "Your average height for a woman."
Oh. No.
Ouch.
No.
Ouch, that hurts. That's funny, though.
Sorry, Eugene.
Yeah, sorry that happened.
Man, that's a low cut.
Yeah.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
At long last, student loan payments have resumed. If you've got student loan debt, you got to get back to paying it, right? You still making payments?
I am. Are you?
No.
You don't have any student loan debt?
Not anymore. That's the,
Maniacal.
that's the one kind of debt I don't have. Because student loan debt, on top of everything else, making it hard to afford things in life, Domino's is helping out. They are extending their emergency pizza program where they are giving out codes for free pizza to folks who have student loan debt. All you have to do is go to their website, domino's.com/emergency-pizza-for-student-loans. And then every day on there, they're giving out a limited amount of codes for free pizza, free emergency pizza for those who have student loan debt. A nice little way, their little way, trying to shine a light in this world and make things a little easier on people.
So Domino's has been, we already talked about how they're doing the emergency pizza.
Yeah, that's for anybody.
And now they're also doing the emergency student loan pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And you could try to get this every day?
You can, yeah. You can keep coming back every day because I looked for today. Today's codes are already have already been given out. But in total, it says they are giving out over the course of the next little while $1 million worth of free pizzas.
$1 million.
Yeah. That ought to help. I think that ought to help.
I think that ought to help.
Yeah, I think that'll help. Not me though, because I already paid off. This is what I hate. Why does I pay off my student loans and what have I got to show for it? Whereas you and others like you still stuck paying off your student loans slowly and surely, and now you get free pizza for the deal.
It seems as if this might finally be paying off.
What are they going to do next? Forgive your student loans? How else are they going to screw me over? No, I'm happy.
I don't get free money. I don't just get $10,000 taken off my day-to-day loans.
Excuse me, where is the free emergency pizza for car payment makers,
Well,
which I actually.
you knew when you bought the car, you were going to have to pay it off later. You don't just get forgiven for things that you took on.
I didn't know I would be sacrificing free pizza, though.
You had no idea.
Yeah.
It's not like you didn't know. You'd have to
Where's
pay it
the
off.
free emergency pizza for small business owners?
Isn't that the best?
Yeah.
I can't believe I had to pay off all these student loans that I knew I'd have at the end.
Yeah, that's right.
I had to pay for this thing that I went to.
That I signed up for.
It's a big shocker at the end, huh? College isn't free? What? Where did this come from? At least you get pizza.
Yeah.
Domino's.
If you're lucky. If you're lucky today, the codes are already gone. So.
But the good thing for us is we wake up early. I'm going to get one of these codes.
Yeah, you better. And you should share it with me.
I'm not sharing it with you.
Why not? I told you
You
about
don't
it.
deserve a free pizza. You have one less thing you have to pay off every month.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have HBO Max and you do.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
If podcast awards were ever a thing, this show wouldn't win any. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Pop star, model, actress Sierra just celebrated her 38th birthday. Of course, she's married to Russell Wilson. Where would you imagine a couple like that, a power couple, celebrating a birthday?
Somewhere fancy.
Somewhere like Waffle House?
I wouldn't lean Waffle House off the rip.
If you can rent out an entire Waffle House, does that make it fancy
No.
when you get to have it all to yourself?
You're telling me Russell Wilson has a fine lady like Sierra
Uh-huh.
and he's taking her to Waffle House?
He sure did.
This guy's worse than I thought.
Captain Cringe. She seemed to like it. Sierra evidently a big Waffle House fan. And so she says, this is like top. She said, it's next level. She said, my honey knows how much I love Waffle House. He rented out an entire Waffle House, rolled out the red carpet for her there, kind of decorated it all nice, candles, balloons. He stepped it up a notch, and then, she could have whatever she wanted at Waffle House all to herself.
You know what's crazy is was it just yesterday? We talked about the top places. This random woman,
Uh-huh.
not Sierra, this random woman said she
Yeah.
would never go on a date. And one of them was Waffle
One
House.
of them was Waffle House, yep.
And Sierra, who's like a 1%er, like a top 1%
Uh-huh.
of physical ladies on the earth that you could possibly be paired
She's
up with.
beautiful. She's
Is
very
net worth-
accomplished.
Net worth of $20 million,
Uh-huh.
model, singer, songwriter.
Businesswoman.
And she's cool with going to Waffle House for her birthday.
Yeah.
But TikTok-y with 3,000 followers,
For just a random date.
she said, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Waffle House? Never.
There's someone
What
out
does
there
that
for
say?
everybody, I think, is what it says.
So it says, yeah.
Is that just because one random lady writes off Waffle House doesn't mean that you can't find yourself a gal that loves Waffle House.
And so whenever you throw out a date recommendation,
Mhm.
when you say like, oh, would you like to, maybe we'll do this or maybe we'll do that. And if they're like, are you kidding? I would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
They might not be the one for you.
They might not.
But somebody else might think that that's the hottest date spot in town.
Uh-huh.
You might
They
say
might-
Waffle House to some random girl and they might say no way. And then you suggest that to Sierra
Uh-huh.
and she's swept off her feet.
Maybe that's how Russell Wilson, Captain Cringe, won her over originally, is all the other guys that might have shooted their shot. They shot their shot, but they didn't know about her love of Waffle House. And Russell Wilson's the only one who was like, hey, how about we go to Waffle House?
What do you think about Waffle House?
And the rest is history.
Impressive by Russ.
Yeah, congratulations to them.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.